RFK Stadium into the new home of the Washington Commanders. It is now up to the D.C. Council to approve that deal that calls on the city to invest almost $1 billion while the Commanders cover $2.7 billion.
We have team coverage tonight. Our Rebecca Turco spoke one-on-one with Mayor Bowser, and our Felicia Ashley is looking into what could be developed beyond the stadium.
We'll go first to Rebecca to see if the mayor thinks she can actually get the votes to make all of this happen. Rebecca?
She's confident she can do that. Remember, she'd need at least 7 council members to agree to any corresponding legislation in order to make this a reality. Some council members, like the chairman himself, have balked at using any taxpayer spending, especially at a time like this. So, in fact, have some locals we've been catching up asking about this. So I asked the mayor directly about that, what her response is. She says it's about investing in our future.
I've been here long enough for the argument that people made not to support Nats Park, where the Washington Nationals play. And Nats Park was funded almost exclusively with taxpayer dollars, nearly 100%. Today, you would find very few people who think the district didn't do a good thing by investing in Nats Park. It created a new neighborhood. It's paid off its bonds 10 years sooner, and it's transformed that area, creating jobs and economic development opportunities.
Per the term sheet outlined here, the council would need to vote on any corresponding legislation by July 15th in order to continue these exclusive negotiations. Otherwise, either party could choose to pull out at that point.
And Rebecca, speaking of that, what about what happened in Philadelphia with Josh Harris's other team, the 76ers? They pulled out of a new stadium deal there after getting approval from the city council. Is the mayor concerned that could happen here?
I asked her about exactly that. Take a listen. Here's her response. What assurances do you have from the Harris Group right now that when all is said and done, if we can get the council to pass this, that they won't pull out?
I don't think you ever have assurances that deals don't fall apart. But what you proceed, and you proceed in good faith. It won't be a loss of time because the planning that we're doing to get ready for the stadium is the same planning that we would be doing otherwise.
Now, per the term agreement here, either party can end their exclusivity if the council, quote, materially changes the legislation. And that July 15th deadline that we have been talking about, the council chairman actually said during a legislative meeting today that it may prove impossible for the council to be able to meet that deadline. So lots of questions right now as far as what additional hurdles we could be facing to make a new stadium here a reality. Reporting live from the RFK campus, Rebecca Turco, 7 News.
So many variables. All right, thank you, Rebecca. A new stadium at the old RFK site would only take up 11% of the land. So that leaves more than 100 acres to fill. But what's going to go there? Our Felicia Ashley is looking into just that for us this evening. Felicia, what are you learning?
Yes. Well, we learned that the Commanders will actually have a say, as rather a control over most of the area just outside of the stadium. That means they will be in charge of the restaurants, the hotels, the event venues surrounding it, and more. So we spoke to people that live directly in those areas that would be impacted. They've been here for decades. Some extremely excited for the growth they feel is to come, and others feeling that specifically right now that there's more time and money that should be spent on dire issues here in the district.
As a kid, I came here to see the Jackson 5, and it was delayed a couple of days because it rained on the original day. That wouldn't happen with this new dome stadium.
Denise Reed was born and raised and chose to stay near the RFK Stadium. And she'll be here if D.C. Council approves the mayor's deal to bring the stadium back. As someone who has lived here, born and raised, you've seen the stadium go through multiple changes, multiple teams,
yes,
names. What does this moment feel like to you?
I think it's dynamic.
Ed Lazaire and the No Billionaires Playground Coalition have been rallying against this for years.
Sports stadiums do not, in fact, create good jobs, and they don't expand incomes in the area. So it's bad economics.
Take a look at this map showing the district's development plan. The stadium is pink, the light orange will be the entertainment districts and plaza, and blue is housing, most likely apartments, along the waterfront. The light green is a sports center and athletic fields, and the darker green color is the Anacostia River Trail.
The community is losing out because we're giving so much land to the NFL and creating things that the community doesn't want. Why would they want a hotel when what Ward 7 really needs is more grocery stores?
Feels good. I mean, it'll be a new, landscape, but it's going to be positive. It's going to mean growth and opportunity for so many that haven't had it in a while.
Tonight, there will be a community forum at the Hill Center in Southeast. Lazare says there he plans to inform the community on what he feels are the true deep economic implications of this project. Now, one thing we're still looking into, you heard that July 15th deadline. That's when the mayor says the council has to decide on whether the stadium comes or if it stays essentially like this, at least for now. Well, that date's extremely important because if you remember, July 15th is also the date of the special election for Ward 8. So we're working to learn if Ward 8 will have a say in this project at all. For now, reporting live near RFK Stadium, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
Felicia, thank you. And as you heard Felicia just mention, a community forum on the RFK Stadium deal will be held at the Hill Center in Southeast D.C. It's at 6 o'clock. Ward 6 Councilmember Charles Allen, who's long opposed building a stadium at the RFK site, will be there. Several other local ANCs, housing advocates, and community leaders will be there as well to talk with residents in Southeast. The event is organized by the No Billionaires Playground Group, which is also behind a petition to let D.C. voters decide on what happens to that RFK site. Our Liana Golden will report on what comes out of that meeting tonight at 11. So the D.C. Council has until July 15th, as you heard, to vote on whether to approve this deal. You can scan the QR code on your screen to vote right now and let us know if you think the council will make a decision before that deadline. Right now, a very slim majority of people think this will get done, but it's going back and forth. So if you haven't voted yet, we want you to weigh in. We'll keep checking back on these results throughout the evening.
All right, today the Washington Commanders sent out a survey to fans to ask about what they want from their experience when they go to see the Commanders play. It asks a lot of questions, including whether or not a team relocation would impact the decision to go ahead and attend games. It also asks about which metro and parking options are important to fans, what food choices you want to see, and asks just about how important it is to tailgate for your experience at the game. If you've bought Commanders tickets before, you might have this survey waiting for you in your inbox.